morning. No ma'am. Let's try that again. Now that's much better. Now it's time to fix my face and get pretty. Something cute. I usually always wear something similar. Ignore my rogue slippers, but I also pair this with some black Vans because I'm wearing a black top. I love to color coordinate. I like to park in Garage F on the 3rd floor by Towers because it's easy to get to and the parking is free on the 3rd floor. Do remember though that in the fall, classes are going to be like back in action, not in COVID mode anymore, so parking is going to be horrendous to find. So let's pretend like we're finding parking.
Now it's time to find parking.
But you know we have to start with Smoothie King before we decide to stress our souls. Smoothie King is right in front of the library, so it's easy to get and quick. Since we just started a new semester, one thing I like to start off with is writing everything I have to do in the present and in the future in my planner. That way I can stay organized, on top of things, and I won't have to miss any deadlines. And here's a small example of what I mean when I say to write your future and present assignments down. And as each day passes, you can cross them off so you know you're done. And just as an extra precaution, I also like to utilize the computer calendar as well because it gives me electronic reminders. The best way to do this is to transfer everything from your calendar on web courses to your calendar on your computer. But do be aware that some professors won't put everything on that calendar, so it is very easy to miss deadlines if they're not putting all the information on there. So do look at your syllabus as well. And so each semester, just for financial aid to know that you're alive, you have to take these syllabus quizzes. But this man wants me to use Honor Lock for a syllabus quiz. It's like
those people came together to try to end me.
Now that I got the basics out of the way, it's time for me to go into my lecture. I'm joking, unless... By the way, when I take my notes, I use OneNote by Microsoft. So I got here around 12:30 and it is now 6:30. I am burnt out. Let's go, y'all.
So I'm just here to give you guys 10 tips that I would have loved to have known and used when I first came to college. So you can use them how you want, but I'm just here to help. So the first tip, oh yeah, I got my little iPad with me. So the first tip that I would give you is to try your best, but it's not the end of the world. As long as you're trying your best, as long as you're trying to ace those classes, that's all that matters. Sometimes you're not going to be able to make that A. Sometimes you're not going to be able to make that B. Sometimes you're not going to even be able to make a C, but they do have resources that you can use to bring up your grades and resources that you can use just in case you don't get the grade that you want. You're able to retake classes. You're able to do grade forgiveness. You're able to go to office hours. Use those office hours, I'm telling you, especially for medical students, because you know how they want us to have recommendations and from this place, that place, the other place. So use those office hours, child. You got to get to know your little teachers. And it's like, what if I don't want to know anyone? But use those office hours and just try your best. If you can't, it's not the end of the world. Don't make yourself feel like you're worth anything less if you're not able to make that B or if you're not able to make that A. Just continue on, keep pushing, and just remember that stuff happens. Tip number 2 is to try and work on campus, especially if you don't have a car. You don't want to have to keep paying for gas. You don't want to have to keep taking the bus. You don't want to have to just make everything harder, especially if you have a loaded class schedule. So try and work on campus. They have a lot of jobs on campus. I will say that most of them don't pay the best, but it's still the location. It's the easiness, not the easiness. What's the word? It's the something. Y'all fill in the blanks. Y'all fill in the blanks. They have a lot of restaurants here on campus, so you can work at one of the restaurants. They have a lot of office buildings. You can work at one of the offices. You can work at the gym, the RWC. You can work at one of the little grocery stores that they have on campus. There are a lot of options for you. Tip number 3, don't come here looking for a friend. Don't come here looking for a friend group. Don't come here looking for a boyfriend. Don't come looking here for a girlfriend. Don't come here looking for a pet alligator or a pet squirrel. You are here to come to school, graduate, and go be what you're supposed to be. That's it. If you're not able to find a girlfriend, a boyfriend, or whatever, it doesn't matter. You're here to do what you're supposed to do. You are going to find that girlfriend. You are going to find that boyfriend. You are going to find that friend group. You are going to find that friend that you'll be able to hang out with sooner or later. But don't rush it and don't pressure it. And if you are looking for friends, don't feel afraid to reach out. A lot of the people here are nice. And even if some people here are mean, just remember not everyone comes from the same background. Not everyone comes from the same place. Some people have a lot of trauma that they've been through. So just keep that in mind when you're trying to approach people as well. Number 4, utilize the shuttles. The shuttles will come from your apartment complex if you live off campus to campus. It'll go from campus to the grocery store if you need it. It'll go around the campus as well. Just utilize those shuttles instead of having to drive your car back and forth. Especially when the fall comes back, we're no longer in like COVID session, so the parking is going to be horrendous. Do utilize that shuttle icon in the UCF app because it is a tremendous help. It shows you when the shuttles are coming, what time they should be arriving, where they're going. Use it. If you can afford to buy yourself a scooter, it really helps from going to location A to B. It's way better than walking this entire huge campus. They do have spin scooters around here, but that price can start to add up. They no longer have the thing where you can use a code and you get $5 and you can ride with that amount. No, you got to put in your card information now. They got smart on us, baby. Number 7 is to show off your style. No matter how crazy, no matter how out there you think it may be, show it off. Wear it to campus. So amazing because people are just free here. There's no judgment. Number 7 is to stay safe. Of course, you're in college. You're going to party. You're going to drink. You're going to smoke. You're going to be out till 5 o'clock in the morning. And it's just really the basic rules. So like, when you're going to a party and you get a drink and you put it down, don't pick it back up if your eyes aren't on it. Or if you're a girl, don't go to a party by yourself. Or if you have to use the restroom, go in pairs of 2s, just the simple stuff. Or if you're driving, don't smoke, don't drink, stay safe. It's just the simple things that you should know to do. And just always remember, listen, Wind, this is not the day. And always just remember to take extra precautions because you never know what can happen. Number 8 is to stay true to yourself. When you come to college, you are going to be faced with a plethora of emotions. And it's going to be hard to deal with, especially if you're new to dealing with it on your own. Just stay true to yourself. Don't let anyone change you. Don't let the world change you. Don't let becoming an adult change you. If you were a kind person before you came to college, stay that kind of person. If you were a good student before you came here, try and stay on that track. I know a lot of things can happen, but just stay yourself. That's the most important part. I have been a queen before I came to college, and look at me now, still queening. This is mainly for my ladies. Protect your heart, your body, and your mind. Unfortunately, there are a lot of situations that we are gonna have to go through, especially if we're not careful. Not everybody is your friend. Not everyone has good intentions for you. A lot of people will lie to you, use you, and just protect your heart, your body, and your mind. I'm telling you, you thought high school was bad? Baby. Remember, when you come to college, your parents are miles away, nowhere to be found. You're living in a dorm by yourself. You're handling things by yourself. It's tough out here. I'm not saying you have to be mean to everyone or you have to look at everyone in a bad way. Just keep your security on 10. Keep your security on 10. That's all that really matters right now. Also, you may be praying for someone to come into your life, someone to come back, or someone to fulfill you, or whatever it may be. Don't forget, even the devil can hear your prayers. Beware of people draped in sheep's clothing. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate the support, every ounce of it, no matter how small or big, and I will see you guys in the next video.